fun, the most exciting hour in television.
Traffic reporter Ellen Manny out on the streets of D.C.
It's practically perfect in every way.
This is how we living local DMV.
Happy birthday, America. You don't look a day past 2:49.
Oh.
Look at you, girl. It's Living Local DMV. I'm Sharice Gomez.
I'm Karina Delgado.
And I am Ellen Manny. America, you need some retinol.
A little bit.
Maybe a little Botox.
A little Botox. A little bit.
You know.
You're getting up there, girl. But you know what? We all are, and we're all trying to take care of ourselves and hydrate
right.
and mind our business. And that's how you look good.
Yes.
Amen.
Stay
Amen.
young.
Amen.
Well, it's July 4th Eve, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Wrapping up the work week.
Yeah,
Getting
absolutely.
ready for this holiday weekend.
How are you guys celebrating the 250th birthday of these here in the United States?
Well, I have a whole laundry list I've prepared of things that are happening in the DMV. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, how about some news you can use?
Yeah, let's jump into that. I know I'm getting so excited. And we're stretching your dollar with a meal deal you won't want to miss. Maryland staple Lido's Pizza is celebrating America 250 with 8-inch cheese pizzas going for just $2.50. My type of budget. Plus, each pizza gets a special America 250 themed box. The deal is only valid tomorrow.
Ooh, absolutely. And WMATA is ready for a historic number of riders for the weekend celebrations. You can ride Metro for free starting tomorrow night at 5 p.m. until Sunday morning at 2 a.m. Metro Rail will be on a regular Saturday service until 5. Then WMATA will add more trains for the rest of the night. Meanwhile, Metro buses will be on a Sunday schedule for the 4th of July.
And D.C. police are also bracing for historic crowds throughout the city, from parades to fireworks and other events related to Salute to America and other Independence Day events. Multiple road closures have been announced in anticipation. For a full list of impacted roads, head to dcnewsnow.com. Just search road closures for 4th of July. And for more top of the news headlines, you can tune into DC News Now at 4 o'clock or our website, dcnewsnow.com.
And if making it to the mall for the 4th seems a little too intimidating, we have a full rundown of events away from the chaos and closures. First up, the Capitol Hill neighborhood for its 23rd year. The Capitol Hill 4th of July parade begins at 10 a.m. at 8th Street Southeast. Following the parade is a Barracks Road Main Street Watermelon Festival.
Woo!
Ooh!
That sounds yummy.
Yeah.
So also in Navy Yard, the Bullpen has a July 4th block party planned with over 15 live DJs, a hot dog eating contest, very American, and several pop-up experiences throughout the event. Fireworks are also planned. This event is for those ages 21 and over, with tickets costing approximately $23 for early bird tickets or $28 for general admission at the gate. Hot dog eating contest.
I know.
Sounds tempting.
For more live music, The Wharf is hosting its 4th at the Wharf. I love that. Say that 5 times fast. Event is going on. Several country music artists. They're going to have bands, and they're expected to perform across multiple stages with a fireworks show at the end. And if you want to celebrate 4th of July in Northern Virginia, you can head to Breedy Park in Herndon, Virginia. It's hosting the town's Independence Day celebration. The day promises live music, family-friendly crafts, and games, plus a fireworks show at 9:30 p.m. For a parade, you can consider spending the day in downtown area of Leesburg, Virginia, starting at 10 a.m. The Patriotic Parade is being held on King Street from Ida Lee Drive to Fairfax Street.
And before I get into the next thing people can do in my home state of Maryland, I've heard that not only is the Wharf having its own fireworks show, but the Wharf is a great spot to watch the National Mall fireworks.
Very
from.
nice, very
Don't
nice.
quote me on that. That's just a rumor I've heard.
Okay.
And those fireworks, the National Mall ones, I know are supposed to, rumor is, they're going off at like 11 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Very late.
So drink your coffee.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to get into all that hullabaloo, you can head to my home state, claws up for Maryland, for an early morning Independence Day parade. Head to Tacoma Park for that. The event starts at 10 a.m. on the 4th, or you can head to the 4th of July parade downtown in Annapolis for food and friends and festival. And finally, fireworks over Spa Creek.
Very nice. And of course, this is just a few fantastic events happening across the DMV. Ladies, what are your fondest memories of the 4th? I dare I say it's one of my favorite holidays. I kid you not. It's really one of my favorite holidays. I love the summer.
Dogs?
It's the hot dogs. I love grilled food. I love the heat. And when I was a kid, it was always, it marked not the beginning of summer, but like this is the middle of summer. This is summer vacation.
For the heat of it.
I just have really fond memories of 4th of July. Like if my family was going through things, we all got together for the 4th. We got on the MARTA train in Atlanta, went downtown, which was always a treat, and we went to the parade. It's such a nice time. I don't know. I love summer, Americana summer. So, yeah, I feel like it's kickoff.
My favorite memory of the 4th of July, and for whatever reason, I don't have many. I don't know why. It's just like the amnesia of it. But I do remember my sister's dad, my stepdad, would get sparklers for us. And he would teach me how to write my name with the sparklers. So I remember I must have been like maybe 3 or 4.
That's cute.
It's one of my core memories.
I love that.
I love that. Well, y'all, I hate fireworks. And I mean, I'm going to be real. And it's not, I love watching fireworks from very far away, but I'm very sensitive to noise. And as a kid especially, loud noises used to really, really bother me. So I never wanted to see fireworks as a kid, but I love watching them from far away. I love a good grill. I love a good backyard barbecue.
For sure.
The hot dogs, the hamburgers, the corn on the cob, the watermelon, the potato, whatever salad. I don't know what's going on there. Any of that kind of food, I'm there.
I love it all.
What are you love it all? What are some of your favorite 4th foods?
I love a grilled, crispy hot dog, like or even a half smoke or a sausage. Italian sausage on a grill, but I like it crispy.
And then here's what you do: you take the bun, put it on the grill for a minute so it gets nice and toasty.
Ooh. Big Activities. If you get some melted butter.
Activities.
Ooh. I think 4th of July is like a big activity holiday.
I love it. I love it. Last year I had a big Labor Day party, but so I've kind of
it was bomb. It was the bomb.com.
But so much great food.
I was grilling so much that our banister, it melted a bit. And there's a big, huge, and apparently in Alexandria, you're not supposed to be doing too much on a small balcony.
We won't tell.
But we got the balcony replaced.
I mean, let's just keep it between us.
It's between us girls. Just between us girls. So I don't think I'll be burning up the balcony this year. I might be catering.
Okay.
But for the 4th, I don't have any plans yet. So I don't know. I got to figure it out. Because
Well, that's actually
so old. I mean, late.
Well, it's actually what I was asking the audience today, especially since 4th of July looks a little different this year because of the 250th anniversary of our nation. And I know a lot of people, they were really kind of intimidated by all the things that are happening on the mall and not necessarily wanting to come into all of that chaos. And so I asked our audience what kind of plans they have for America's 250th birthday. And here's what one of our callers had to say.
4th of July weekend is coming up quick. Falls to a Saturday this year, and it's a big one with America 250 going on. And I'm just curious, for the nation's 250th birthday, are you doing anything special?
We're just going to watch the fireworks on the 3rd of July. Some places do it not even on the 4th of July anymore. They do it like days in advance.
Oh, yeah. Where are you guys doing that at?
In my area.
Oh, in your area. Okay, so you're not making any plans to come anywhere into the district. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be spectacular, I'm sure, but the thought of it gives me anxiety. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be around for all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stay away. I don't know. As I was saying in the call, I'm experiencing a lot of like overwhelm and burnout this year. And so it feels like a little too much stimuli for me. I might just, if I don't know, if you're gonna have
the
some
sun
dogs,
peeks out the clouds, I might throw 50 dogs on the grill.
I will be there, and I promise I will bring the best paper plates and the best napkins.
God bless.
Oh, nothing but the best.
Just bring some ice for my coats.
Quality paper plates. I love it. Well, it's going to be hot this weekend, so everybody remember, wear your sunscreen, drink your water wherever you go, whether it's on the National Mall or beyond. And I personally am going to Chincoteague
Nice.
this weekend.
Are you going to see the ponies?
I want to see the ponies. I'm so excited. I went to Chincoteague/Assateague as a child, but I haven't been there for years, and so I'm jazzed. I'm going to do a kayak tour where I get to see the wildlife, hopefully the wild ponies.
Aw.
They have their own little 4th of July celebration, so I'm going to celebrate there.
Nice.
That's what I did last year, remember?
Oh, you did a girls trip, right?
Yeah. It was a great time.
I'm very jazzed. Although, you know who will be celebrating the 250th anniversary in DC? Mama Janet. She minored in history. She is a American history nerd. One of her favorite musicals is 1776, of course, a classic. So she's going to be here for the 250th anniversary.
I might drop the baby off and go find a rooftop with Mama Janet. I just need a little mocktail and some Mama Janet time.
I mean, she's going to be in my neighborhood. I might walk over and say, hey.
Can you imagine Ellen in Chincoteague and me and Karina like, Mama Janet?
Let's hang out with Mama Janet. Another thing that people can do, and I don't know where they are right now, but I guess this is what they're called, the tall ships.
Yes, yeah.
So there are these really old, cool-looking ships that are sailing around the East Coast right now, and you can go on them, and they're from all different countries. And my mom went to them in Baltimore. They're sailing up to New York, but you're able to walk onto some of them.
Wow.
And they're historic and very stunning and beautiful. So that's another way you can celebrate the 250th.
Check that out.
I'll live all my pirate dreams.
Yeah,
I'll bring my eye patch.
I love it.
Avast, ye mateys.
There we go. I love it. I love
I'm coming
it.
aboard.
Well, I'm excited to celebrate our old girlfriend, America. I hope she has a good one. And girl, keep moisturizing.
Yeah,
keep
keep on
moisturizing.
keeping
You have some
on.
ashy behavior sometimes, but we're gonna, it's fine.
We're going to get you some lotion.
We're gonna lotion you
Right.
up, America.
Get a little Botox, get a little retinol. You'll be okay.
You
Hang
won't
in
look a
there.
day past
We got that
248.
hyaluronic eye patches for you.
There
Yes, yes.
Well,
Make sure she looks good for her birthday.
Exactly. Well, we're making sure Lady Liberty is looking great for 250 years old. We are celebrating. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us for another awesome day on Living Local DMV. Later on in the show, you can celebrate America 250 with family fun DIY projects you and the kids can do at home.
But first, 4th of July weekend is here, and how you can catch a local production unfold the boundaries between U.S. history and modern day issues.
But first, the perfect bedtime stories for kids during the 4th of July. We sit down with the author behind 250 Years Young, A Happy Birthday, America. Welcome back to Living Local DMV. We are coming up on July 4th weekend, and Americans around the country are preparing to celebrate 250 years of history. Our next guest has a timely book perfect for young readers. Here to tell us more about 250 Years Young, Happy Birthday, America. Let's welcome John Allen, founder and president of the Allen Company and the director of sponsorships for America 250. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Sharice, for having me. Appreciate it.
And I am so excited. I was telling you during the break, I have a bicentennial baby in my family, so we talk about that all the time.
Yes.
But now I have a baby now that will be born in 2026, which is another huge victory for our country and anniversary. Tell us what is all being planned right now, because I know it's so much. We've had a few people on the show talking about the different ways to celebrate around the country, but how could you just give us a quick synopsis?
Yeah, I'd love to. So thanks again for having me, Sharice. Grateful to be here. America 250 is the nonpartisan commission celebrating and commemorating America's 250th anniversary. And across the country, its congressional mandate is to educate, engage, and unite 350 million Americans. And so we're celebrating themes from civic education with students across the country to innovation, to telling everyday stories of Americans from across the country. So there's something for every American to get involved for this year's celebrations.
Every American, I would say, seasoned and young.
Yes.
And speaking of the young, for young readers, you wrote this amazing book. Tell us how you were inspired to write it.
So much of the work that I was doing with America 250 over the last 2 years was very inspiring. Seeing so many different Americans of all ages get engaged through America 250's phenomenal work of engaging all Americans across the country. And as I saw more and more publications being published, from accomplished authors to large books, I noticed there wasn't something as a commemorative official keepsake for our youth, for our youngest readers. And so I thought, I've always been a writer. I was inspired by my father early on, who wrote poetry and music before going into public service and politics. And I thought, let's take everything, all the great work that America 250 is doing, their mission, their spirit, and have that reflected in a official keepsake for the semi-quincentennial celebrations this year. And that's exactly what 250 Years Young Happy Birthday America does.
I'm glad you said it, because every time I try to say it, semi-quincentennial.
Took me months to figure it out. Semi-quincentennial.
So I have a bicentennial baby in the family, and now a semi-quincentennial. That's right. Baby.
And in fact, there's a nice page in the book that helps students sound it out.
Perfect.
So again, another way to kind of tie in the fun name of America's 250.
I'm one of those hooked on phonics students that I might need help with. But as we were saying, that the country is celebrating 250 years. It's such a meaningful and also, I would say, solemn moment to think back on, you know, how far the country has come. What do you hope that parents can take away from reading this book to their children that they can impart into them, and then of course these kids can impart into further generations?
Yeah, I mean, I think the through line from every partner, we have a program within our book called the Founding Impact Partners. These are historical institutions, even presidential libraries and schools across the country who are signing on to carry and distribute this book to the families, visitors, and communities that they're serving during this historic year. And I think the through line through all those partners is that not only do they understand the book is designed to ensure that every child sees themselves in America's story, but it's inspiring that child to know that they're a part of building that next great chapter for America's 250th anniversary. So I think that would be the answer to your question of, I think parents get that. I think the institutions, the schools signing on to distribute the book get that. And I think children reading this book, whether it's a read aloud at home as a bedtime keepsake or a book tied to a civic education curriculum in a classroom, which we've seen from a lot of schools picking up the book now, I think that's what they're going to see, is that this is inspiring that next generation to help build a greater future for our country.
I love that you said that. My husband and I have been touring a lot of the presidential libraries and picking up books that we're seeing there, so I can't wait to get our hands on one of these books in one of those libraries. Let's talk about the artwork, because the cover is so beautiful. Tell us how you were connected to the artist.
Yeah, of course. So Deanna First is her name, a celebrated New York City artist. I mean, she's done Major League sports teams. She's done Vogue. She's done Formula One. You name it, she's done it.
Quite a resume.
Yeah, incredible resume. She's a phenomenal person. We met at an event in New York City about a year or two ago. Was inspired by her artwork, the vibrancy that comes through the cover of the book, and immediately reached out to her and said, "Hey, I've been sitting on this idea to write this book for America's 250th anniversary. Would you have any interest in joining and collaborating on it?" And it took a little convincing. She's a busy woman and constantly engaged in a number of incredible projects, but she really helped bring this to life. And the cover right there is our interpretation of the Shenandoah Valley.
Wow.
This was an important depiction for me. I grew up in Washington, D.C., as you know. Went to school at the Heights School in Potomac, Maryland, and many of our school trips from 5th to 8th grade were in the Shenandoah Valley.
Wow.
And so Deanna helped bring this forward, and I think just out of the gate, it's warm, and it automatically brings the reader into, you know, what could these children possibly be looking in the future about. And so as you open up that book, you see exactly why children should be inspired by America's next great chapter.
I love it. I got chills just you talking about it, and I can see the passion in your eyes. For everybody at home and watching and celebrating the semi-quincentennial, how can they get their hands on this book for not only their children, their grandchildren, but just to keep it as a keepsake?
Absolutely. www.250years.com. The paperback is available there, but also the hardcover official commemorative keepsake, an official U.S. publication of America's 250th anniversary.
Nice. Well, I have to say congratulations on all the success. Congratulations on the book. And I know we will be celebrating all year long, all because of your hard work. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for our country.
Thanks so much for having us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
And after the break, family fun crafts you and the crew can do at home to celebrate America 250. Welcome back to Living Local DMV. Show your spirit as we head into July 4th weekend and the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Today we're joined by friend of the show and DIY expert Julie Levin, and she shows us how to make fun and affordable shirts on brand with America 250. Thanks so much for being here.
Hello, thanks for having me. Happy 4th of July.
Yes, happy 4th of July.
What a great 4th of July this year.
I think it's called the semi-quincentennial, and I've been working on it just to remember.
Hard.
That's a hard one.
That's a lot in your mouth.
I had to literally close my eyes to remember how to say that. that. But I mean, such an amazing celebration of our country. But there's a lot of patriotic things we can do at home to celebrate as well.
I love a celebration, especially this one because it's such a big deal. So I've kind of gone all out for under $30.
I love it.
Like usual. I'll start right here on the end of the table. So you need to buy a red and blue tube of art paint. What shade you get is up to you. It's about, they're like 50 to 55 cents each. A household sponge, cut it into stars. This is a doormat, and I bought an unprinted one. You can get those between $8 and $10 at hardware and discount stores. And I just stamped it with my paint, blue and red stars, some stripes if you want. You can do stars all over. And this is a great project for kids to get a little bit of buy-in and away from screen time during the summer months. And then it's beautiful, and it lasts the rest of the summer. The next thing we're going to do with this same paint is this table runner, and I call this vintage Americana because you can paint it so it looks old. And I'm going to show, this is just a drop cloth. Bed sheets work too, whatever kind of fabric that you have that's white or cream color. This is a canvas, so it looks a little bit older too. Stripe it with painter's tape so your stripes are even, or not if you don't want to even go that far. And then again, your piece of household sponge. Now, the harder that you press, the more paint that you're going to get, but the less antique-y, if that's the word, it's going to look. So if you lightly stamp it, it looks old and worn and weathered and becomes vintage looking. This would be very expensive if you had to buy one. It would be plus upwards of $40.
Absolutely.
So this is about $4, which is very, very affordable.
And I would say this looks like something you can get at Crate and Barrel.
I know, doesn't it? Yeah, and you say the name, I will say that. But these napkins, in that same vein, are on sale at a very high-end retailer for $15 each. This is an old pair of jeans that I redid, and then I used the same star as the doormat and used white paint on this. I think they look also very vintage. You could do it with a harder stamp and make the star pop out a little bit more. But this is perfect for summer anyway. This is a great picnic. It's a novelty kind of thing, and this is just an old pair of jeans. In the picnic theme, we have what I call firecracker napkin rings. This is just a paper towel roll cut into napkin ring size. Wrap it in an aluminum foil, and then just glue on, either with hot glue or regular glue, a piece of red, white, and blue tinsel from the dollar store. And I think this is so cute for any kind of outdoor picnic or 4th of July 250 celebration.
And it goes perfectly with the drop cloth. I love it.
And you can also use some flip-flops with that too. Just take a little bit of tinsel and put it on red, white, or blue flip-flops.
And this is craft store or
this dollar store, craft store. The dollar store is a little bit cheaper to get the tinsel. It's literally $1 for I think 6 feet.
Not bad at all.
So that's all that you will need and more for this project. The last project that I have, and I'm going to give you this one to hold up.
Yes.
These are t-shirts, just old white t-shirts, or if you need to buy a dollar store, and colored hairspray. Now I made a modified flag with that one because teeny tiny 50 stars would be very difficult.
Very difficult
with colored hairspray.
Especially with kids.
Right. So what I did is I just printed a star and I put it on the shirt, and then I'm going to finish this one because I've already started it. Just shake up your hairspray. If you're an 80s kid like me, we love our colored hairspray. So just go around the star. You're going to get blue or red fingers, but it washes out because it's hairspray.
And the kids like that too. I think the kids would love to even play with it.
And then this is what it ends up looking like. And I think that's so much fun. It's very, very cost effective. And if you want your shirt back and you don't want colored hairspray on it, hot water, laundry bleach through the laundry, and you get a white shirt.
And also it smells so nostalgic. I love when we could spray paint our hair. It was so much fun in school. So and then all of this information we can get.
Yes, this is on Reels with materials list and everything on the Effortless Girl on Instagram, effortlessgirl.com, and all the socials. Follow me.
I love it. Well, everybody, you already know what the hottest fashions are for the 4th of July this year. Julie, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And coming up, the story of America is being celebrated in Williamsburg, Virginia, as we inch closer to the 250th Independence Day. After the break, we catch up with the CEO of the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation.
Welcome back, everyone. This July 4th, Colonial Williamsburg is celebrating America 250 with a live star-studded salute called America Made in Virginia, 250 years together. I talked with the CEO of the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation, Carly Fiorina, to find out more.
Tell me a little bit about what's going on and what people can expect.
Well, thank you, Ellen. And yes, it is very exciting. America Made in Virginia, 250 years together. It will be a star-studded as well as incredibly educational 2-hour broadcast. And the first thing I should say is that without Virginia, there is no America. Most Americans don't even realize this, but the first colonists arrived in Virginia, the first enslaved arrived in Virginia, the first encounters with indigenous happened in Virginia, the first representative government was stood up in Virginia. And here in Williamsburg, this was really the revolutionary city where everything came together and began the move towards independence. So whether it was George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, they all met here. They all decided in the Capitol building, which still stands, and we will be right alongside it for this amazing broadcast. We will be right in the place where all this happened. They dissolved the House of Burgesses, walked down the street to the Raleigh Tavern, still standing, still preserved, and said, we must begin a march towards independence. And so what's exciting about this broadcast is not just what will unfold in this 2 hours, but it's also happening where it actually unfolded 250 years ago.
You make me want to visit right now. Chills.
Yes, please come.
Yes.
Please come.
Absolutely. I also wanted to ask, you mentioned, I believe, that the program would be a star-studded event. So can you reveal some of the folks who are going to be in the production?
Yes. So Richard Thomas, the iconic voice that we all grew up with, Richard Thomas will be our narrator. Michael Feinstein, America's songwriter. Judy Collins, Ryan Speedo Green, Kelly O'Hara, Adrienne Warren, Ken Burns. All of these amazing people are going to be part of our broadcast. And we also will have Thomas Jefferson and George Washington and James Madison, because the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation is an educational institution. And so our goal here is not just to entertain, our goal is to educate Americans about who we are and where we come from. We will have both free and enslaved figures in our history. We will have people both very famous and completely unknown, because those are the kinds of people that built this nation, and this was the crucible of where it happened.
And I think that is such a powerful and impactful way to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our country, by showing the full history and showing all of the facets of it. And I know, as you mentioned, kind of the combination of education and entertainment is a powerful way to let people know about the history and about the present and the future. So I wanted to ask about visiting. Are there more activities going on throughout the summer?
Yeah, yes. Well, there are things going on literally all the time
all
here
year
at the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation, but just with regard to this particular period, we have a whole live concert series going on right now and throughout this weekend. Our semi-quincentennial celebration actually begins July 2nd with a dance party. We have events July 2nd, July 3rd, all day July 4th, and of course culminating in this amazing live broadcast nationally at 8 o'clock Eastern beginning, followed by a truly stupendous fireworks show, a drone show. The broadcast will be repeated nationally several times. So yes, there are all kinds of things going on. And please come visit, whether it's this coming weekend or this weekend. This is an important time in our history to come together and remember, why are we one nation under God? Why are we, despite all our divisions, still all Americans? How did that happen? And what are the founding ideas and ideals and principles of government that all of those who fought for this country 250 years ago, and all kinds of people fought for this country, free and enslaved, every color, every creed, from every continent, native and immigrant, rich and poor, what did all of those people see that made them fight to forge a new nation. And what legacy do they leave us, and what responsibility do they leave us with to help form a more perfect union going forward?
Absolutely. Carly, thank you so much. Again, goosebumps. I cannot wait to visit Colonial Williamsburg once again. I have many fantastic memories visiting as a child and now as an adult. You've made me want to come back and watch this broadcast.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, Carly, thank you again for joining me to talk about such an exciting and important event going on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Come visit us.
Absolutely. I'll be there.
And coming up on today's Hey Bartender, I check out a sexy steakhouse in Georgetown with a martini menu that runs from classy to sassy. Welcome back, everybody. You know, it's not every day you find me walking down an alleyway in Georgetown, but I am doing this for a very good reason. I am checking out a refined steakhouse with a killer martini menu for today's Hey Bartender. Cheers.
Take a stroll down Cherry Hill Lane's cobblestoned alley, and you may find yourself in one of the sexiest steakhouses I've been to in D.C. Ox and Olive.
Just a fantastic vibe and experience.
Ox and Olive describes itself as a temple of beef. And with dramatic candles and a Game of Thrones looking chandelier, temple is right. It's almost
Gothic-esque. As a person who listens to a lot of dark wave, like, I think it kind of safe to say it's pretty dark.
Will Patton is the man behind Ox and Olive's martini menu, which runs the gamut from classic to downright pornographic.
The idea behind our martini program is that obviously martinis and steak, match made in heaven. So we're going to offer a selection of like classic historical martinis or the derivations of the martinis. And then we have another section which is more playful.
The crown jewel of their selection is the Ox and Olive Martini, made with vodka, thyme-infused extra virgin olive oil, and lemon bitters.
This was designed specifically to pair with steaks.
But if you're looking for something a little different, Ox and Olive serves up the classic, scandalously named Porn Star Martini with a twist.
I love Porn Star Martinis. It came invented in South Africa, so phenomenal cocktail and like a recent classic. What we do is we do a deconstructed version of it.
Coconut-washed vodka, passion fruit, and champagne come together to create something sweet, bubbly, and a little sexy.
Okay, so here's my verdict. Both martinis are great, but my personal favorite is the Porn Star Martini. After a few of these, you might turn into a porn star. Am I gonna get fired for saying that? A big thanks to Will for making me those two martinis. Ox and Olive is tucked into Cherry Hill Lane in Georgetown. Definitely check it out for a date night. And coming up next, we speak about Men's Health Awareness Month. We speak to one Marine Corps officer who has turned personal tragedy into a timeless legacy to honor his brother. We hear their touching story with an all-access salute to service next.
Welcome back. When active duty Marine Corps officer Josh Fernandez lost his brother CJ to suicide in 2011, he discovered a treasure trove of over 30 handwritten notebooks containing an epic fantasy world. Following a decade of meticulous work alongside their illustrator brother, Tony, the three siblings' voices are finally united in the book series Pure Courage, Dawn of Valor. The saga transforms a family tragedy into a powerful message of resilience and mental health awareness. With an audiobook on the way and 5-book saga in motion, Josh is sharing how his brother's vision became a reality, honoring a timeless bond in the legacy of his brother. Here for all access. Salute to service. Please welcome Josh Fernandez. Welcome to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, well, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And first and foremost, thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
And I would love to hear more about the book series. Tell us about Pure Courage.
So the book it follows two two stories. I discovered it from my brother after he passed away, and unfortunately, he started in 2005 when I was in high school. I was a senior in high school, getting ready for college, and I was a young teenager, and I never read it when he was alive. I regret it to this day, and it was a difficult thing for me that I look back at now. But he asked me to read it. He was in middle school when he started it, and he kept writing it throughout high school for him. Wow. Till about 2008, and then even till 2011 before he passed. So he had about 30 handwritten notebooks, and I started to read these notebooks, and after he passed, I found them, and I just started reading through them, and I just thought, oh wow, I have to preserve these. So I started typing them up, and I started to type them up to preserve them in case there was a fire or I lost them for himself. And I discovered that there was just a treasure trove of stories that I could.
And you've worked together with your other brother to create the illustrations and really put the story together.
Yeah, my other brother, he actually worked with him when CJ was alive, and he would draw for him for the stories and for the multiple different types of stories that he was writing when they were kids. So it's just awesome that I continued to work with Tony, he was drawing with me, and he was one of my ears along with my wife, my mom. They were giving me feedback on the stories as I was writing. So it was great to continue this family.
Well, this is such a beautiful way to preserve your brother's legacy and to also just honor his memory. You've just turned this personal tragedy of losing CJ to suicide into this incredible book series. Dawn of Valor is the first book, and then can you tell us the other 5?
So, Dawn of Valor, the series is really 2 different storylines. There's the story of Connor the wolf. He's facing off these bears and this evil wolf packs and these trio of hunters with his fellow wolf packs, fellow wolf pack. And then there's the other story, which are these 3 brothers that are hired to be the hunters for the wolves because there's been these fatal attacks from wolves. The hunters come back to their hometown, and they discover that there's been wolf attacks and that there's a corrupt crime syndicate taking over the town, and so they bound together to save the town. So there's 5 storylines, and just follow those 2 stories as they intertwine and come apart. But I'm working right now on book 2, Myth, which is called Myth, and I'm looking at a publishing date of either February 2027 or September 2027, because February was his passing month and September is his birthday and suicide awareness. And the books really have a lot of mental health awareness. I just found that there was not a lot of mental health awareness in fiction for people struggling with mental health. And I like to have there's a lot of the characters, the heroes are struggling with depression and mental health, and there's some underlying, the battles are metaphors for people struggling and the battles within themselves.
That is incredibly powerful, and just not only with your service to our country, but your service to your family through preserving this legacy for your brother. It's just an incredible testimony, and we thank you for that. And if there is just one message with regard to mental health or people who might be struggling, is there any message that you would like people to take away?
So CJ used the term "together all the way" in the books, and I kept that forward, and I had that as kind of the motto of the book. And it's you're never alone through your journeys and through your struggles, and it's together all the way. You have a pack with you. So anybody that's struggling, just remember that you're not alone in this struggle, and that other people are going through struggles, and other people are there to support you. So
together all the way. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining us today for All Access Salute to Service, and for anyone who would like to purchase the book, the website is right there on the screen. Thank you. And up next, the work of a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright is in production right here in the DMV. We sit down with cast members of Sally and Tom after the break. Welcome back to Living Local DMV. Just weeks ahead of the United States' 250th anniversary, Roundhouse Theater presents the timely regional premiere of Sally and Tom, a bold, funny, and deeply thought-provoking play by Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright Suzanne Laurie Parks. It's about how a theater company stages a play about Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson. And here to share more is cast members of Sally and Tom, Josiah Banya, Renia S. Brown, and Ro Body. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
It's so great to have you here. Well, this, as I mentioned, it's sort of a play within a play. Explain what that means. Tell us all about Sally and Tom.
A play within a play. So basically, myself, Ro, and Josiah play Mike, Luce, and Kwame in Sally and Tom. But in Sally and Tom, Mike plays Thomas Jefferson, Luce plays Sally Hemings, Kwame plays James Hemings in The Pursuit of Happiness. So it is a play we are putting on within Sally and Tom.
I love this.
If that makes sense.
It's like, you know, multiple scopes.
Yeah, multiple layers.
Yeah, multiple layers. It's like third dimension, fourth dimension.
Yes. It's like Inception.
Yes, exactly, exactly. Can you talk about some of the central messaging and themes of the play? Because obviously, since the audience will be getting sort of an inside look of this play being put on, I'm sure that there's an interesting conversation happening around Sally and Tom.
Yeah. Yeah. You wanna start? Yeah, I mean, so much of the play is about our history as Americans, and the stories that we tell, you know, and who gets to tell those stories and who gets left out of those stories. And so in doing this play as the actors within the play, trying to put it on, you know, a lot of things start to bubble up in the creation of The Pursuit of Happiness, because so much about the history between Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings is shining a light more on his perspective and not on hers, except for within the past 10 years have we really been focusing on who she was. And so obviously tensions start to boil over because people have to face all the contradictions that come with not just who Thomas Jefferson is, but American history and what we tell about American history. And so when you're trying to make art, you want to stay true to that, but you know, inevitably, you know, people are going to start feeling some type of way. And so yeah, so it's funny, it's witty, but also it's also hard at times.
Also, sure, a little bit controversial, but but incredibly necessary, because as you were saying, the history we're taught is not always and often is not the history that happened.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's Thomas's.
Yeah. They are the facts.
Yes.
They are the facts.
Yeah.
Well, why do you think that right now is such an important time for this play, and also to premiere it here in the DC region?
I wish it wasn't important, but it is.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I think it's the main thing where it sits with me is like what an opportunity it is to be doing this in this region at this particular time. Yeah, that's kind of my
I think it's the most patriotic thing that we can be doing as artists is to tell what you were just saying, tell what's true, but not what's just easy to digest. You know what I mean? What's easier to digest isn't necessarily the thing that's the best for us, you know, because the past is going to inevitably haunt us and inform the present, and the true past is going to do that, and unless we know what that past is, we can't move past it, you know. So
especially during the celebration of the birth of America, it's the perfect time to be doing it here in DC.
Absolutely, especially during a time of erasure of history as well.
That
so
too.
This sort of brings that conversation to the forefront. Renia, what did you do to prepare for this role, since it sort of is almost like playing two different roles, and what do you hope audience members walk away with?
That's a long story, but the short of it is I I started with Loose as closest to me. My way in, I am an artist. Sometimes I call myself a writer. So I know what it is to tell a story and to perform a story. And with Sally, it's frustrating because there isn't a lot of hard evidence about who she was, about what she looked like, of what, her favorite color, like, and there's a specific reason why that history was erased. So just living with the given circumstances, and also who Black people were during this time, I think that they had to grow up very fast. So how do you balance this this innocence, but also this adulthood of looking out for your family? What is tomorrow going to be? Trying to think ahead. What is the future going to be like? So that's how I have been and will continue to try to balance the difference between Sally and Loose.
I love this. I think audience members are definitely going to be inspired, and it's very thought-provoking, and the necessary conversations are going to happen. Well, if our audience would like to attend, how can they get tickets?
You can go to roundhouse.com and you'll be able to get tickets that way. Yes, wonderful. And we have one more week, and so we close on Sunday, and we have limited availability because it's selling so well. So if you want those tickets, get them now. It'll be the most important thing you do to celebrate our 250th anniversary, I think. So.
I agree. Can't wait to see it. Again, that website is right there on the screen for our audience. Thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate you being here. And coming up today, we're back for The Last Word. We get a look at what people in the DMV are doing for the holiday weekend. Stay with us.
Welcome back to Living Local DMV. Today for The Last Word. Karina, you asked the audience about everything they're doing to stay away from the National Mall this weekend and celebrate the 250th anniversary of these United States of America. So what are you ladies' plans? Are you guys just going to stay away? You're going to go far, far away.
I'm going to Chincoteague.
Yes.
I'm so psyched.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
I kept a list of the great restaurants on the boardwalk.
Please
for
send
you.
them to me.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I'm
Very
so ready
nice.
for sun, sand, and
horses.
We're so pumped. Well, everybody stay safe, hydrate with alcohol a little bit, and also water.
Oh, there we go.
Also water.
Wear that sunscreen.
Yep. Wear the sunscreen, everybody. We will see you guys next week. Enjoy this fabulous Independence Day weekend.
And happy